Dear students, in today's class we discuss the final part of first chapter of statistics. What is statistics? That part is life table. So we'll discuss this part. What is life table? Life table. Life table is a tabular presentation of numerical data describing the mortality experience of a cohort. So it is a tabular presentation. Table itself indicates that it is a tabular presentation of data. Data of which data? So here it describes the mortality experience of a cohort. Mortality that already we discussed, that is number of deaths occurring in a particular location. So this table indicates how deaths are occurring with certain proofs or data. It provides the information regarding what is the death pattern of a particular cohort. So what is cohort here? So before going to cohort, we will discuss a few more points in this life table. So life table, it describes the mortality and survival pattern of a population. So it indicates both mortality and survival pattern. How? That is, if in a location among 1,000 people 10 are dying per day, means 990 people are surviving. That is what survival pattern we can say. So here it also provides complete description of mortality in any population. So a life table provides complete information of a mortality. That is how many people are dying or what is the age, how long people will live in a particular location, it tells. And it is a key summary tool for assessing and comparing mortality conditions existing in population. So it this table, life table, helps in assessing and comparing mortality condition in a particular existing population, that how deaths are occurring, how many deaths taking place every day, that all we can assess, and also we can compare within the location also and with other location population also we can compare here. So and also here the life table gives the life history of a cohort as it is gradually diminished by deaths. So cohort, one more time the term cohort came here. So cohort means it's a set of people who born at the same time, that we will discuss again. So just in simple words, it's a group of people who are born at the same time. Just remember that here for the time being. So here cohort means group of people who are reducing by dying every day. One or other person will die. No person, if in a village suppose 1,000 people born on the same day or in the same year, suppose they all will not survive till their 60th or 80th age or 100th age. Even among 1,000 babies, one child may die within 28 days as a neonatal death. Another baby may die within 1 year, infant death, and another baby may die after 5 years. Few babies may die within 10 years, and few babies will die after their college. So like that here, all 1,000 people together will not survive till whatever age that table describes here. So day by day, one or other person will go on dying. So the population will go on reducing here. It is diminished by deaths. 1,000 people, one baby died in 1 year, so 999. Next year one more baby died, so 998. So like that it will go on reducing. So next here, the records begins at the birth of each member and continues until all have died. So as I said, cohort, it's a group of people who born at the same time. So this record, life table records, begins when a new baby borns, and at the same time how many babies born, they all are recorded in one table, and it is go on continuing till everyone in that table died. That is, if we take the same example, in a village 1,000 babies born in one single day, all babies are put in one table. So one baby died first year, and next year another, there next year 5 babies died, and next year few more babies died. So like that, until all the babies who born on the same day dies, this table will continue. It gives the age distribution of a mortality in a tabular form, and is a powerful tool for measuring age, the probability of a life and death of individuals in a various age sectors. So here this table gives us the age distribution of a mortality in tabular form. That is, at what age people are dying more. Is it within 1 year, or within 5 years, or 5 to 6 years, or 25 year, or 35 or 40 year? At which age people are dying more? It is indicated by this table. And also it is powerful tool for measuring probability of life and death of an individual in various age sectors. So one can predict here that at what age, what is the probability of a person dying at 40th age, or 45th age, or at 60th age, or even what is the probability that a person will survive at his 60th age. So that is also possible here. And next, life table are generally constructed for various sections of the people, which generally have different pattern of mortality. So here various section. So here every day how many children will die, they will put in one table. So like that, here they can be made different section, upper section, lower section, poor people, upper and highly graduate people, whatever they can make any sections, and they will put in a one single table. And thus there are life tables constructed for different races, occupational groups and sex. So here the table may be made for different genders. So for male separate table, female separate table, and based on the occupational groups. Farmers one table, business person one table, engineers one table, doctors one table. Like that, here based on their occupational also we can create number of life tables, so that we can study in detail what is the death pattern or living pattern or survival pattern of a particular population. So next we'll discuss cohort. What is cohort? So cohort is a group of individuals who are born at the same time and who experience the same mortality conditions. So here it is very important. Already I said that who are born at the same time. Cohort is a group of babies who born on the same day. So, and also it tells who experience the same mortality conditions. It is true that a baby, what if 1,000 babies born at the same time, they all have equal chances of dying or surviving, because they all face same kind of situations. Suppose if we take a present time, corona, a newly born baby, suppose now 100 babies born today, in this crucial situation of corona, all 100 babies have a equal chance of getting affected by the corona. So they have same experience, the same mortality conditions today. But a baby born 5 years ago, that doesn't have the same condition. Even a baby born 25 years ago, that has a different mortality conditions. The surviving rate is more, A newly born baby, it may get affected by the corona very soon. It doesn't have that much resistance power to survive, whereas a 25-year-old young person has a different mortality condition, so he may survive. And again, we cannot compare with the old age people. Even the doctors are telling above 60 year don't come out, and below 10-year age persons don't come out, so don't mess in a group. So because their mortality conditions are totally different. A 60-year above aged persons have less resistance power, so their mortality condition is different. And so that is why this table is made, cohort is made of the children who born at the same time. So next comes radix. So radix is the size of cohort. So radix tells us what is the size, that is how many people are there in a life table, that is in a cohort. So generally 1 lakh people or individuals are taken in a cohort. So radix is generally 1 lakh. Then next point is longevity. So longevity, that name itself indicates long, 2 power. So longevity is the expected number of years that a newborn baby would live. So here longevity means a newly born baby up to what age it will survive, it will live, that indicates the longevity. So life table tells us up to what age a newly born baby will survive or will live. It may be 60 years, 65 years, 80 years, even maybe 100 years. It's depending on the situations and conditions of a particular locations. It may differ from one location to another location. And next comes uses of life table. What are the uses? So first one, life table are used by life insurance companies to determine the rates of premium. So here to fix the individual person's insurance premium, life insurance premium, to fix them, insurance companies uses this life table. So it tells that already we discussed probability of surviving or probability of mortality. So life table tells what is the risk at a particular age or particular age group. The risk of dying 60 and above age group is more, whereas 50 to 60 year the risk is moderately less, and 40 to 50 year again it is less. But when it comes to 25 to 40 years, risk is very less. So here the various aspects are at a different age group, people surviving or mortality conditions are different. Depending on that, life insurance companies will fix the premium. And second point is it is used for the measurement of growth of a population in the computation of NRR. So already we used it in NRR. So it life table gives us mortality rate and survival rate. So by using that we can compute net reproduction rate. So it helps in the further calculations. Third point, it is used for estimating the future population. So life table help us in estimating the future population also. And fourth point, it is used by the government and private organization in planning healthcare, retirement age and educational program. So very best example we can take is earlier the retirement age was 58 years, and very recently government of Karnataka increased that age from 58 to 60 years. So it is based on the life table. So life table tells us what is the longevity, how long a newly born baby will survive, and it helps in calculating the average age. So average age of India is 60 to 65 years. Now it has increased from 40 year in the at the time of independence. So it helps, life table helps in fixing the retirement age, and also educational program, at what age what things should be taught to the children's, and also health care. So at what age what diseases will come, those all things will be studied and the planning will be made here. Next point, it is used for analyzing the effect of mortality on the age and sex composition of the population. So also it helps in effect of mortality on the age, that is at what age what is the mortality condition, and also for different gender, that is male and female, how they are different, so that here it can be studied. Next comes components of life table. So here they have given 8 components. So these 8 are the components of life table. So we will discuss them one by one. First column, number 1 is X. X indicates the age of the person. It starts from 0. A newly born baby would be named, put in the X 0. Then when it crosses first year, then number 1 and number 2, number 3, like that it is go on increasing, and this table continues until the last baby in that table dies. Everyone may die within 30 years also, then their only table will closes. If a baby, only one baby survives till its 100th age, then because of that one baby also the table will continue till 100th age. So that first column X indicates the age of the person. Second column LX, small lx, the number of persons living at the age X. So it indicates how many people are living at that particular age. Suppose if you take an example, age X is 0 and LX indicates 1000 children born. So at the age 0, 1000 children are there in the life table. So radix is 1 lakh, but I am just taking for example 1000 children. So when 1 year passes, so X is 1, that indicates 1 year, and out of 1000 people only 990 children are there at present. That means it indicates at for 1 year age 990 persons or individuals are living. So that means what about 10 children? They have died. That indicated by the third column, that is DX. DX, the number of persons among LX, person reaching age X, who die before reaching the age X plus 1. So at the age 0 they are there, but at the age 1 they are not there, they have died. So age X, 1000 people are there, among them 10 children are there who have not crossed their first year, that is age X plus 1. 0 plus 1 is 1 year. And next DX, there is a formula to calculate DX, that is DX is equal to LX minus LX plus 1. So LX is a 0 year, LX plus 1 is 1 year. Suppose LX is 1 year, then LX plus 1 is 2 year. So that difference, by taking the difference we can find DX. So first 0, at the age 0 1000 children are there, at the age 1 990 children are there, the difference is 10. So DX, that is D0 is 10. Next comes QX. So QX is nothing but the probability that a person of exact age X person of exact age x years will die before reaching the age x plus 1 year. So that it tells the probability that how many children, what is the probability that a newly born baby or a individual at age x will survive and will reach next year. So here the formula for qx is equal to dx divided by lx. Qx divided by lx. So it is also called as mortality ratio. So here qx dx divided by lx, that is column number 3 divided by column number 2, that gives us column number 4. Next comes px. So px is the survival rate, that age x person, individual, how many will survive up to their age x plus 1. So the formula is very simple here. Px is equal to 1 minus qx. So that is the difference, that the total p, the probability already we learned in the first year. So summation of p of x is equal to 1 always. So that mortality ratio is the probability of deaths, and px is equal to probability of survival. This is called survival ratio. So p of summation p of x is equal to 1. So px and qx, total of both is 1. So px we can take that px is equal to 1 minus qx. So that we can write that in this manner also, that 1 minus dx divided by lx. So that is equal to lx plus 1 divided by lx. So lx plus 1 means next age divided by current previous age. So this indicates the survival ratio. And next point, sixth point, is capital LX. So capital LX, it indicates the number of years lived in the aggregate by the cohort of L naught persons between age x and age x plus 1. So it is given by the formula that Lx is equal to Lx plus 1 divided by 2. So in simple words we can say Lx minus dx divided by 2. Lx, capital Lx is equal to small lx minus dx divided by 2, or Lx plus Lx plus 1 divided by 2. And the next, seventh point, Tx, capital Tx. So it tells total future lifetime of the cohort, that is total number of years lived by the cohort after attaining age x, that is how many years it has survived. So the formula here, Tx is equal to Lx plus 1 plus Lx plus 2. So that means here we can say cumulative total of Lx column, that is cumulative total. So suppose Lx is equal to, so here leave it. So here we go on adding previous year total with the current year. So it is a cumulative of Lx column. And next comes Ex. So Ex is expected of life, that is expectation of life, that a person, average number of years a person of age x can be expected to live under the prevailing mortality conditions. So here we can say that is nothing but longevity. So longevity. So longevity here means how many years a newly born baby or a person at the age x will live up to what age, or how many years it will live. Suppose Lx, that E naught E0 is indicating 65. That means a newly born baby will live up to 65 years. Then E1 tells 64. E1 tells 64. So that a 1 year old baby will live 64 years. So how a person go on living or passing 1 year, it indicates what is his expected age, till what age a newly born baby will live. So here we complete all the points. Let us solve a few problems based on these life tables. Here we take first problem. In a life table, if L1 is 95,400 and L2 is 93,492, then find survival ratio and mortality ratio of the first year. So first year means L1 here, and they have given L1 and L2, that is LX and LX plus 1. So here what they have given, so X is equal to 95,400 and X plus 1 is equal to 93,492. So and they have asked survival ratio and mortality ratio. The formula for survival ratio is nothing but Qx is equal to dx divided by Lx. So we need to calculate dx first. So what is the formula for dx? So formula for dx is equal to Lx minus Lx plus 1, that is Lx is 95,400. Sorry, I have taken here by mistake 1 0 extra came. So 95,400 minus 93,492. So dx is equal to 1908. So dx is 1908. Then what is mortality ratio and survival ratio? First we will calculate mortality ratio. The mortality ratio is indicated by Qx is equal to dx divided by Lx. So dx is 1908 divided by Lx. So Lx is 95,400. So Qx is equal to 0.02. So Qx, that is mortality ratio, is 0.02. And then they asked survival ratio. So survival ratio is indicated by Px. So Px is equal to 1 minus Qx, that is equal to 1 minus 0.02, that is equal to 0.98. So Px, that is a survival ratio for the first year. So we can write it also as a P1 is equal to 0.98, and whereas Qx, that is for first year again, that is also written as Q1. So Q1 is equal to 0.02 and P1 is equal to 0.98. And next problem we solve now, that is in a life table, if Lx is 95,400 and L1 is 95,400 and T1 is equal to 61,05,600 years, then find expectation of life in the year. So here expectation of life, so that is nothing but Ex. Ex is equal to, the formula for Ex is Tx divided by Lx. So here they have given T1 and L1. So T1 is 61 lakh 5,600 divided by 95,400. So Ex is equal to, so here 61 lakh 5,600 divided by 95,400 comes 64. So the expected life in the first year is 64 years. So here we complete the life table. So in life table they will ask you in theory what is cohort, what is radix, or what is longevity, or maybe in the problem side they will ask you survival rate or mortality ratio, or else longevity. So these question will come in exam for 2 marks. Total life table will come for 2 marks. So here we complete the first chapter completely. I hope you all understood the problems. We discussed the theory, I explained, and I even now also request you and inform you that if you people doesn't understand anything, any part, any problem, even a theory part, if you don't get, or if you feel wrong somewhere while calculating, roughly I would have made a mistake, and if you feel that it is a mistake, then you also can tell me, sir, here you have made a mistake. And if you have any doubts, so kindly ask me by messaging me or by writing in a comment box. So I will reply you whenever I see that message. Okay, thank you, and complete your fair books and send me.